Power 96.1, Atlanta's number one hit music station. Right now, you're live in the Dunkin Lounge with my girl from the ATL, Chlöe. What's poppin'? What's up?
What's poppin'?
What's good?
I'm very happy and good.
I'm happy that you're here. And just like I was saying before the interview, I have mad respect for you because every time you drop a project, a movie, you always make your runs to the station. So
Yes.
from me and to all the staff here, we appreciate you for real.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yes.
Thanks for playing my records.
Anytime. We got you. And I'm going to check out the movie too. And so let's just jump right into it.
Let's do
You
it.
had the premiere last night for Praise You in the ATL.
Yes.
I didn't get an invite. I'm still feeling some type of way about that, but we can talk about that
Oh.
later.
You're not the first person to tell me that.
How was the premiere last night, though? How was that?
Yeah, the premiere for Praise This was so fun. It was even like a full circle moment because we had the premiere at the Rialto Theater, and I did The Wiz for like 3-4 years at that theater where I played a munchkin, and then I upgraded to Dorothy at 8 years old, and it just brought back so many memories. So now we were going back there to watch me star in a film.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
Congratulations on that, too.
Thank you so
that
much.
accomplishment by itself is huge. And then you're with some A-list celebrities in the
Yes,
movie.
yes.
Quavo,
Yes.
Drewski.
Yes.
Happy 404 day. Let
Happy
me-
404 day.
So how is that, like working with Drewski and Quavo? How is that on set?
Oh, it was just the best. We could not stop laughing. They put me up on game and the slang and like how to be like,
You
know what I
feel
mean?
me?
You feel me? So it was really great. I had a great time working with them.
That's dope. And
Yeah.
so preparing for like this movie, how do you actually get into character? Like, is it the same preparation that you use when you're about to perform at a stadium or just in general? Like, how do you prep for that? Is it the same preparation?
Yes, so musically, we worked on the music like 2 months before we started filming production.
Dope.
And I was in the studio with Harvey Mason working on the songs, and it was trial and error as picking the ones that actually made the film and ones that sounded too good to be for oil factories since we're supposed to suck.
Right.
Yeah. And it was great being able to tell the story arc of Sam through the music and how her vocal tone changes from the beginning and how it expands as she becomes a part of this praise competition world. So it was really, really great. And there's a lot of inspiration I pulled from for Sam from the music standpoint because Sam's an aspiring musician. You know, it's all about the grind, and she keeps getting no's and doors
Right.
slammed in her face, and she's like desperate to make something happen. So that's when she, in not the best way, is willing to do whatever that she thinks she needs to do to make it.
Right.
So we
That's
follow
dope.
her on her journey.
That's dope. I can't wait to check out the movie, and that's dropping this Friday
Yes.
on Peacock.
Yes.
Can't wait to check that out. And let's just keep rolling with you because you have a movie, then you just dropped your debut album,
I
which
did.
is huge in pieces. Congratulations on that, too.
Thank
Congrats.
you so much.
Yeah, so what was the process like making the album and you was shooting the movie? Was these at the same time or
Yes.
different?
Yes.
How did you balance that?
We did it though. We did it. And
Right.
And to like after we would have long hour shoot days, our call time would be like 5 a.m. and say I'd wrap around 10, I'd go straight into the studio, cut, or I'd go even with the BET performance I did last year of Surprise and Treat Me. I was running off of 1 hour of sleep, really like a cat nap, just to go back to the apartment to change from dance rehearsals. So when you love something, you really got to do any and everything to make it work.
Right.
And I do, and I just, after speaking it out and, you know, being in interviews and stuff, I connected the dots why I probably was so drawn and, you know, thought it was so necessary to have a choir part of multiple songs on the album. And it could have been because while I was in a musical headspace with this film, I also was with my album.
Right.
Yeah, because once I started adding live instrumentation, I really was adamant about the choir with Pray It Away. And that same choir sang on Feel Me Cry as well as Make It Look Easy.
Yeah.
So isn't that something? And my first single from In Pieces was Pray It Away, and I'm starring in a church movie. So isn't that funny how it works?
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. So with you starring in that movie, and then of course you make your own music, but I know you had some heavy producers on this. Metro Boomin.
Yes.
Shout out to St. Louis. I'm from the Lou. The Dream.
Yes.
Hitmaker.
Yes.
Like, how do you like actually pick out these producers because you produce your own music, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I'm such huge fans of those guys you mentioned. And when I would post my production videos, Metro DM'd me. He was like, yo, if you ever need beats or you want to make a beat together, just hit me up.
Lit.
And that's how our music relationship started. Same with Murda, who I did Have Mercy with. That's how it started. When I had my production videos, he DM'd me. He's like, yo, like, I'll finish out any beats you want me to, or I'll send you some tracks. And he ended up texting me the Have Mercy beat. So I'm happy that I'm able to establish these relationships on my own through social media in a way. And with The Dream, I've always wanted to work with him for the longest. You know, he's within the family and stuff like that. So we'd always see each other at parties, but we never had the chance to actually work together. And so when I was down here back in Atlanta for Praises, that's when we finally got to work because he lives down here.
Lit.
And I got to cut Lose You, and he just inspires me so much as a producer, as a writer, as an artist. And I'm just grateful for every single creative who was a part of this project with me.
Right, dope. So do we have any remixes coming up here? Anything that the fans can look forward to? What song are you going to remix? Which one?
If there's a song I'd want to remix, I would vote Body Do.
Okay.
That would be a good one to remix.
Let's go.
I could hear a remix on that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so with you performing and about to go on tour here soon, how do you pick out the singles to perform? Because you have so many hits. I know it's like, I wish I could do this one and that one.
So let me tell you something. As a new artist, my repertoire really is this body of work I just released, plus the 4 singles.
Right, yes, yeah.
And it's called the In Pieces Tour for a reason, because I will be performing the In Pieces songs. So no song will be left behind.
Come on then.
Come on.
Let's go. I love that. That's dope. So is it different touring alone, like without your sister? Because I know you and your sister, like that's how I was introduced to y'all, like both of y'all. But now it's like y'all breaking off, which is good, you know, having the name for your own self. But is it weird touring by yourself and without your sister?
Since I haven't began the actual touring process, I don't know how that feels, but the preparation and the mental headspace, it's so different because everything falls on me. So my sister would hide my weaknesses on stage as I would do for her.
Yeah.
And with it just being me headlining my own concert, my weaknesses are shown more into the light, you know? I can't look to my sister, give her a look, and she'll cover something for me or vice versa. Yeah. So I just have to, I think I'm prepared. It's scary, so we shall see.
Right. I definitely can't wait for that. And then with you being from the ATL, what artists did you look up to growing up? I know it's tons of artists like Usher. You have The Dream, just like you said, he's from the ATL. Jermaine Dupri. Who did you look up to growing up around here?
Of course, Beyonce, Outkast, Jill Scott, Toni Braxton. That was really my childhood and what was being played around the house constantly. And as I got older and started really paying attention to production and things like that, I fell in love with Missy Elliott and Khalees and Imogene Heap and Meryl Garbus of Tune Yards and, of course, Mike Dean and Kanye. So there's so many people who I love down. Prince, especially, and Whitney from a vocal standpoint.
Come on.
So there's
Come through.
Yeah, Nina Simone. I could go on. If I keep talking, I'll just be like, boop, 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 boop.
That's dope. That's dope. So you're starring in a new animated film. You just have project after project after project. So what is this animated film about? It's called Sneaks, right?
Yes. So I don't really want to give the storyline away, but it's starring with Martin Lawrence, Anthony Mackie, and I play Anthony Mackie.
Martin Lawrence. Did you have a chance to meet Martin Lawrence yet? Did you meet him, or is it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But I'm so happy, and it was really cool. I finished my parts, and it's crazy because voiceover, you can finish a whole script in like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Right,
you know? And it was great. It was great. And I got to be on Zoom with Anthony Mackie at the same time, and I'm such a huge fan of him. And knowing that we had the brother and sister banter back and forth over Zoom, it was really cool.
That's lit.
Yeah.
That is lit. I can't wait to check that out. And congrats on all your projects. Now, before you leave, before you get out the building, it's 404 Day. So I have to ask you, what is something that you love about the 404? What is one thing that you just always talk about when you are in LA or traveling around the world? When people ask you, what is Atlanta, Georgia like?
What is Atlanta like? Oof. It's changing so much, but because I grew up here, it's just, home is such a cliche word to say, but it's warm.
Right.
And the people here are warm. And my favorite places here, it's this Thai place that I would go to ever since I was a little girl, and we would go like every other weekend. And that was my favorite Thai restaurant. And as I was down here again for Praise This, we passed it on the way to another location off site. And I said, please, for lunch. And it still looked exactly the same. It tasted exactly the same. So I've been seeing like all the little things that made me the happiest as a girl growing up here, and it still brings me the same amount of joy now. So I'd have to account for all those places.
Congrats on all your success. As you know, we will be playing all your singles on the radio, so make sure you keep it locked. Power 96.1. Chloe, thank you again.
Thank you.
And shout out to the ATL, too. I feel like Atlanta, Georgia is always birthing all the artists.
Yes, think about it, like Outkast, Sierra, Donald Glover, Hallie and I.
Hey.
Woo!
Man, well, thank you again. I appreciate it.
Thank you.